Here we go. We'll keep going with our videos. Now, for those of you working on your angle packet, if you'll turn to page 26, we're going to be talking about parallel lines. I want to give you a little mini lesson so that you can work page 26 and page 27, and then in page 28 and 29, that's going to be the application of this lesson. So if you'll recall in our previous lesson on pairs of angles, that was the video we talked about this in. When we looked at a situation like this, and you were given, let's say you were given this, you could find all of these things. Am I correct? Yes or no? So hopefully you responded yes. If you know this, you knew directly across was 40 because they are vertical angles. If you covered up part of your line, you're looking at that 180 thing. Remember which one adds up to be 180? You had two to choose from, complementary or supplementary. But since 180 is a bigger number than the 90, we're going to go with the supplementary. So could you find your missing angle over here? Yes, you can. 180 minus 40 gives you 140. If you know this angle is 140, then you know this angle is 140. So everybody is with me there. They know how to do that. We've done that on the last couple of pages. Now we're just going to take it up another notch. You know, in math, if you learn one thing, we're just going to add to it. Everything's just added to the previous thing. So what would happen if I have another line under here and these two lines are parallel? Remember what parallel means, and if you're not sure, you need to get your note card out. Time for you to write on it. In fact, you should be writing this stuff on your note card. Parallel lines and transversals. So get your note card out and start filling it out. So when you have this situation here, this is called a transversal. It is a line that crosses parallel lines. Now, mine's going in this direction, but it could go in any direction. So it could look like this, okay? It could be, your parallel lines could be up and down this way, and it could go this way. One thing they like to do to try to throw you off is they'll cut off the ends so it looks really different, but it's still the same thing. So anytime you have two lines that are parallel, doesn't matter if they're going vertically like this, or if they're horizontally like this, or if they're going vertically up and down, if they're parallel and they're crossed by another line, that's going to be a transversal. So the question is, if you were given this, can you find this? Which it seems like you can't. But if you'll just bear with me as I draw on our transparency. So we know that this is 40, and this was 140, and this is 40, and this was 140. We did that. That was super easy. Now, if you just slide your transparency down and keep your lines, what do you notice about your numbers and your lines? They match up exactly. That's exactly the same. It's like you took one picture and copied it onto the bottom picture. So if you know this is 40, then you know this is 40. Now here's the thing. You have to keep yourself straight. This 40 is above the parallel line and to the left of the transversal. So I come down here above the parallel line and to the left of the transversal, that's 40. And then if you know this, and you can figure this, but if you know this, above the parallel to the right, above the parallel to the right, and of course that crosses over, and that's the same. So these are actually very, very simple. So now I'd like for you to go and read through your information on page 26, which really just sums up what we talked about. knowing that this angle would be the same as this angle, and this angle would be the same as that angle. And then look at page 27 and see if you can't work them out. Don't be confused if they change the way it looks. What I'd like for you to do is just draw it on your paper and add your lines to it so it looks familiar. It's one way they trick you is by trying to make it look different. So now go do page 26 and 27.